Yes, that's right, folks. The New Day were unable to defeat the Usos yesterday, and the Usos have defined themselves in the tag team realm of WWE as the longest reigning WWE tag team champions. And this match was, I think back to the match that was on Raw, the six-man that they had, and I look at this match. These matches were the same length, and this match was night and day better than that six-man tag on Monday Night Raw. But let's go ahead and just go and give it a good thorough look through, because this match, like I said, this match was, I want to say match of the year, but for a tag team match, this definitely could have been match of the year candidate, or if they have a tag team match of the year, like this is it, because this was fucking perfect fucking wrestling. So, as you've been hearing for the past few weeks, this match is being built as a record-breaking night for the Usos, as they are seeking to break the New Day's record as the longest reigning tag team champions. And to be honest, this has to feel surreal, as both teams know that this is a legitimate, prestigious accolade to have. The match starts between Jey Uso and Xavier Woods. You can feel the tension between these two teams as Jey takes control of the match early on. Woods fights back by putting Jey in a headlock. Jey attempts to break the hold, but Xavier is able to get Jey into the New Day's corner for a tag. Kofi comes into the match, and Jey quickly pushes Kofi into the Usos' corner. Jimmy then is able to get tagged in and delivers a few damaging blows to Kofi, but Kofi is still able to power over Jey and get the tag to Xavier. With a slight shift in momentum, Xavier and Kofi are able to get in a classic New Day spot, the Unicorn Stomp. As the battle rages on, Kofi hits a huge trust fall on both of the Usos after both brothers are thrown out of the ring by Xavier. Both members of the New Day stand tall over the crumbled Usos as the match heads to the first break. Coming back from the break, Kofi is delivering a series of heinous punches to Jimmy, who is able to make a secret tag to Jey. Jey takes this opportunity to lower the top ring rope down as Jimmy Irish whips Kofi into them. Jey calls for Jimmy to get Kofi up, and Jey delivers a nasty suicide dive, propelling Kofi into the barricade. Jey continues punishing Kofi as he hurls Kofi into the barricade. Jey begins pummeling Kofi with forearms to the face and goes to distract the ref. That's when Jimmy Uso comes up and delivers a harsh right hook to Kofi while the ref's back is turned. With Kofi being absolutely dominated by the Usos, a change of pace is made by the Usos. Jimmy begins a more methodical approach as he starts picking Kofi apart. The Usos make a rapid succession of tags as the team starts working on Kofi, who is trapped in the Usos portion of the ring. Kofi begins making for the hot tag as he's able to shake Jimmy off with a dropkick. Kofi is less than a fingertip away from a tag to Xavier when Jimmy forcefully yanks Xavier off the ring apron. With the distraction that Jimmy has caused, Jey attempts to capitalize with a backdrop turn neckbreaker on Kofi. Jey goes for the pin, but Kofi is able to kick out at 2 as the match heads to its second break of the night. As the match comes back from the break, Kofi is finally able to get to the hot tag. Xavier comes in and tries to rally for his team. Woods is able to get the momentum to shift in the New Day's favor as Woods hits Jimmy with a huge clothesline in the corner. Jey attempts to take control again by hitting a backdrop on Xavier, but Xavier is able to reverse it by landing on his feet and hitting another devastating clothesline to Jimmy in the corner. Jey attempts to rush Xavier, but is sidestepped and Jey crashes into Jimmy. Jey again tries to go for a big power move, but Xavier is able to reverse the effects and land a side Russian leg sweep on Jey. Xavier kips up, and the momentum is fully in the New Day's favor. Xavier releases a primal war cry as he hits the groggy Jimmy with a huge gut buster. Kofi makes his way back to the ring apron, and Xavier makes a tag. The New Day hit a barrage of combo attacks, and Kofi goes for the pin. Jimmy reaches from deep within and kicks out at 2 3/4. Both Xavier and Kofi can't believe Jimmy was able to kick out. Kofi goes for a broom drop and signals for his finisher, but Jimmy is somehow able to get the tag. Jimmy tries to disrupt Kofi's focus by charging at him, but Kofi sidesteps Jimmy and tosses him out of the ring. Jey stalks Kofi while his back is turned and hits Kofi with a gut-wrenching super kick to the midsection. As Kofi is doubled over in pain, Jey hits a skyrocketing uppercut to the chin of Kofi, but Kofi is somehow able to get Jey in an SOS. Jey digs down deep himself and kicks out on the brink of 3. Both Kofi and Jey make it back to the feet as the crowd begins chanting, "This is awesome." Jey hits Kofi with a step-up enziguri, and Kofi makes the sneaky tag while falling down and rolling out of the ring. Xavier goes to take control of the match, but Jey hits Xavier with a super effective super kick to the face. Jey gets a tag to Jimmy, and they both deliver a super kick to Xavier and Kofi, who was attempting to get back in the ring. The Usos again hit Kofi with a double super kick and make their way to the top rope to hit the double splash finisher. Jey goes for the cover, and Xavier finds the wherewithal to kick out at 2. Jimmy and Jey are pissed as they set up the 1 deep, but Kofi is able to disrupt the maneuver by pulling Jey out of the ring. Xavier is able to free himself from Jimmy and hit Jey with the Midnight Hour. Jimmy charges at Xavier, who stops Jimmy with a right hand to the face. Xavier makes his way back into the ring and hits a DDT on Jimmy. Xavier tags Kofi and sets up another Midnight Hour. Kofi hits the maneuver successfully and goes for the pin. Jey somehow is able to break up the pin on the closest pinfall of the night. Both teams square up in the middle of the ring with Xavier screaming for the Usos to get up. Both teams clash as Xavier throws Jey out of the ring and tries to hit Jey with an over-the-top rope maneuver. Jey is then able to get out of the way and hit 2 super kicks to Xavier. Both Usos team up on Kofi in the corner and appear to be going for a superplex, but Kofi is able to fight both Usos off and jump from the top rope. The Usos are able to use this against Kofi is they hit Kofi with a 1D in midair. Jay goes for the cover and makes history as they defeat the New Day. That was an incredible match. Incredible pacing. Everything about it was great. And man, you got to admit the Usos. Like even I think back, like I've been seeing some videos on social, and it's like seeing them now. It's incredible, and that's why given the opportunity, yes, we know. Given the opportunity, because not everyone gets the opportunity to be able to have a character change or be able to work on their characters continuously over and over and over until they get it fine tuned. Or maybe they do and it just doesn't work. But these guys have worked so hard to change the perception of them, and they are so good in the ring. Yes, sometimes the super kicks, yeah, I can agree. The super kicks over and over, yes, they can get kind of whatever. But like, no matter what, like the psychology of this match was great. And it probably does help the fact that the New Day was in there with them. Because let's be honest, even though the New Day, after the first time they were slightly split up, I think, was when Kofi got the championship, and then it was Big E and Xavier, and then Big E got the championship, and then it was Kofi. Like I don't remember, but I remember when the first time it was like, okay, they're not going to be on the same brand. It definitely rocked their psychology. It rocked their momentum, and you've seen that for the past couple of years. The New Day is just not the same team they once were. Even though they can put on some good matches, it's just nothing that they've been in storyline wise have been good. And this is a perfect example of how a story can really affect a wrestler's match, because they built this to be like, if you look at Monday Night Raw, like this was Xavier and Kofi coming out and having, obviously it was scripted to a point, but like the way that they were talking to each other did not feel like they were sitting there and reading lines of the script. It felt like they were like told, okay, this is what we want this to be about. Now you guys go out and make the magic. Out of all the matches last night on SmackDown, this is the perfect match to start it off on, and this was the perfect match that these two teams could have had. And not only that, just another classic match between these two teams.